Hello, this is my COMP3122 assignment 2 video. Now let's start by importing the libraries. Okay, and let's start with the part A, load and structure the COVID-19 dataset. Let's run this cell. The CSV was actually taken from this source, this URL, and I used this method which was taught in labs and lectures to load the data into table. Then I converted the columns with numbers to proper numeric types, and this was necessary because the machine learning model this helps the machine learning model to work correctly. So all the data must be in the right format by ensuring the data is numeric. So I made it ready for the next steps in the analysis. Let's go now to the next part: split, train, and evaluate the decision tree. Here I added a new column called recent cases flag to show if there were cases in the last week. It's marked as 1 if there were cases, it's 0 if there were none, if there were 0 cases. This transformation was important because the model needs to know if there were recent cases as a target value to predict. So it makes it easier to train the classifier. Also, here we used train test split, which is important to split the data. This is really important. So we can train, it's important to split the data for better performance of the model. And I also used the constructor decision tree classifier to train the model. So it is easy to understand. And finally, I used this accuracy score to make sure that that the model is making correct predictions. Okay, let's go to the next part here. Again, we use the method read_CSV to extract data from this CSV now and print it. And then here we drop the model column, and then we verify if it was indeed deleted by printing this model and search for model in assignment_df columns. And then let's run it. I had already run this. These two cells before to make sure the code is working. So yeah, it's not there. Okay, so let's move to the next part then. Okay, so here, so here I removed the $sign and other and the brackets using regular expressions, and also I converted them into integers so it can calculate better, you know, so the calculation is successful. Okay, so now let's go to average cost overall and per continent. Mean of the merit columns grid by continent and continent value counts. So here we use group by to understand the costs by region, by continent. I'm sorry. Then we create the bar chart to see the mean values of different columns by continent. Then we use value counts down there to understand if any continent is being. This is important. We use it because it's important to understand if there are any continents being underrepresented or overrepresented. All right, let's go to the next part. Okay, so here we create a histogram, and here we check for missing values. Here we create the histogram to see the cost column values, and here we look for missing values, and here we fill in for missing values. This is important to particularly in these columns, type and zip code. These columns in specific, and this is really important so that we understand if there are any missing values, and so then we fill in these we fill this missing values so the data can be complete, and then the model can be trained appropriately, because the lacking of data leads to inconsistency and inaccuracy in results. Okay, so let's go to the next part. Let's run the cell. Let's run this one. And let's run this one. Okay. So here I used describe to summarize statistics for numeric columns, these ones. And it's important to give an overview of the data, like mean, maximum, minimum, maximum, and mean values. So it helps to check if there are any issues or patterns in a data set. Here we sorted the continents to make sure about their frequency and to see if there's any continents that are more common or less common in the data set. That's it. Okay, so, well, overall, I think everything that has been taught was new to me throughout the semester. NumPy and Pandas were really useful here to explore data, group values, and to extract data from CSV files. So everything was quite new to me. Scikit-learn is another thing that I think it was pretty interesting and was a bit difficult to me to deal with a decision tree classifier. This is something we have seen like 2 weeks ago for the first time, so it was a bit difficult to me. And okay, so overall, I think everything that was taught throughout the semester was actually new to me. Pandas and NumPy were also quite new, and it was really important to learn it, as especially Pandas if we need to extract data from CSV or to use matplotlib to build histograms, and scikit-learn for accuracy in results, and decision tree classifier to train the models. This is actually rather new to me, but I think I can manage to use it. And train test split, again, this was another method really helpful here, because it helped me to split the data so it could be analyzed thoroughly, and yeah, this is it. So everything that was used here was, I didn't overuse many of the methods and that was covered in class, because I believe this is enough according to the Python Zen and the PEP 8. We should do things, we should keep the code clean and not overuse things. So I think I covered everything I needed to explore this assignment, and the data included in the CSV files. Thank you.